Good morning, everybody. Hello. How is everybody doing out there? It's so good to see you. So good to be here. And wanted to come and check in with everybody, see how you're doing. It's a new week, it's the start of new wonderful energy. And we're also in this 1111 portal. So I just want to check in with everybody, see how you are approaching the first day or the second day of the new week, depending on if you consider Sunday the first day. But um, today I want to talk about something that's, I don't know if we talk about this a lot in our coaching spaces or in our community. I'm not sure, but I want to take a chance and see how you feel about this. Good morning, Zora's daughter. I love that name, Zora Neale Hurston. Good morning, good morning. So glad you're here. So, I'm going to talk to us today about one of my biggest regrets in not walking away sooner. Happy Monday to you too, Zora's daughter. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so got a new platform and I'm trying to learn how to use it. So if you guys will be patient with me as I figure this thing out. There we go. Yeah, good morning. Good to see you. Happy Monday. All right. So this live is going to be talking about one of my biggest regrets about not walking away sooner. All right, now this is something I'm going to tell you. The biggest thing that I have thought about. Katie Moonchild, what's up? Good morning. So good to see you. Yay. How was the beautiful kitten? All right, so the biggest thing that I have learned, and I've had some time to get some distance with this, is the biggest regret I had was, okay, I'm going to use the right word because I don't want to come across over dramatic, but it really is important. How I discounted myself so much along the way. When I had feelings, thoughts, crazy circumstances that said, really? Do we need to be here? How many times did I discount or just push to the side what I was feeling and what I knew was right? So I'm going to talk to us today. What's up, Fatima? How you doing? Good to see you, friend. Um, I'm going to talk to us today about three clear telltale signs on how to know when it's time to let go and get the hell up out, right? Now, as empaths and highly sensitive people, the beautiful thing about us is that, we got these deep feelings. We are great at connecting with people and this, that, and the other. But if you don't have healthy boundaries, or if you are not in the, I guess, the habit of really protecting that beautiful gift, it can really take over your life. Katie says, you guys are good. Oh, he's been my grounding. Such a cuddle. Oh, I know, right? I tell you, Nala has been such a beautiful thing, and I'm glad you have that in your life too. All right, so back to these three things. Now, I want you guys to tell me in the comments. And I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so grateful for everybody that's going to come to this on the replay. So, listen, this is what I need you guys to do in the comments. If you have encountered one of these things along your journey, I want you to give me a wave emoji. So, the first thing, the first telltale sign you know to look out for when you're in a relationship, a circumstance, or a situation that is just over for you is when you continue time after time after time to walk away from those people or circumstances or situations and you're drained AF. Do you know what I mean by that? Like you just approach this, let's just say for the sake of this conversation, you approach a person. I mean, a circumstance. Let's take work, for example. And every day you leave work and you're just drained and you're tired and you're not necessarily doing anything extra, but your spirit, your heart is over it. You say, okay, I need a vacation. Let me take a week or two off. And as soon as you come back from that wonderful vacation, the end of your work day, you go right back to that same feeling you had before you went on that vacation. KD says, we need healthy boundaries and it's important to stand by them. That is your protection. You are so right, KD. But what I'm learning in my journey with my boundaries is that people don't really understand how to tailor boundaries to them specifically. We use these universal symbols of, I got to stay away from this, I got to stay away from that. But what we don't realize is how we allow the little things that we're not watching out for to penetrate and to infiltrate our being. That's really causing a lot of disruption and chaos. Now let's go back to this work example. Here is a question, a journal prompt that I've written down that I want to share with you guys. Now ask yourself, how do I feel before and after spending time there? And if you notice that there is a pattern of feeling drained, it might be a signal that the connection is more than it's giving. Meaning, you may be expending all this beautiful energy because of who you are, but you're not getting back that same love, that same respect. It's not nurturing, it's robbing you of having a peaceful existence. KD says, when I get a stomach ache when thinking about even being with such an uncomfortable energy, makes me eventually, yes, it's so, Katie, you're a rock star because the fact that you can pinpoint that in your body um, to know where your angst is coming from is really important, because when you feel that, it's a trigger for you to say, hey, we need to watch out for what's going on here. Is this something I need to pay attention to? Remember when I started off saying that one of the biggest regrets that I have is that I discounted or I ignored the signs and the symptoms of me not being comfortable in this space anymore. When it's time for me to say, okay, I think I've done such good growth work for myself that I may actually have outgrown this space. So making sure you don't do what I did and discount yourself, to gaslight yourself into staying in a situation that just doesn't really work well for you, right? So, yeah, don't do what I did in that situation. Don't ever discount yourself. Pay attention to what you're saying to your heart. Now, the second thing we want to watch out for, especially as empaths and highly sensitive people, is, are my boundaries getting constantly disrespected? Are they being disregarded, whether it's purposefully or unintentionally? In this situation, have my boundaries continued to be crossed? Katie says her heart rate goes up. Let's see. When someone shows you their true colors, do not repaint them. Yes. I'll give you a yes, 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 KD. That is so true. But I think as empaths and highly sensitive people, we want to see the good in people. We want to champion them and just say, look, I know what you're doing or saying right now, but I see the potential in you. So I'm going to stick around and I want to help cultivate this beautiful person that I know you can be. Okay. How many of us know there's limits to all that? Right? So Zora says to disconnect. Let's see. Oh no. And that's a form of disassociation. This disconnect to feeling. Yes, absolutely. Because our bodies are intelligent machines. And the fact that we are not, yes, self-betrayal, that is so true. The fact that we are not harnessing that intelligence. This is why I always tell everybody, make sure that you are paying attention to your internal guidance. It's your best resource for living. Don't discount it. Get yourself to a place of safety first, and then you can ask all the questions that you like. But if you are hearing from your internal guidance and it says, this is not working for us, we can't do this anymore, this is harming us, please get us to safety, make sure that you do exactly what your internal guidance is saying. One of the things I share with my clients is that people often ask me, Shanita, how do you know it's your true internal guidance speaking to you as opposed to just these thoughts that are lingering around in your mind? And one of the ways I suggest to people is every time your internal guidance speaks to you, it's leading you toward what's best for you. And it's leading you toward those things that you said you wanted, right? It's preparing you, it's guiding you, it's helping to assist you. But usually these lingering thoughts that are lurking around, sometimes they kind of let you stay where you are and it doesn't lead you to where you're wanting to go. Most oftentimes that lingering voice says, we're comfortable here. We don't really want to move. So let's just kind of continue to do the same thing we've been doing. So I hope that differentiation helps with you so you'll know when internal guidance is coming up and how to nurture that, how to develop that muscle, and to honor that guidance that's coming from you. Like I always believe, that's God talking to us and giving us free advice, right? So make sure that you go within and you listen to that. Begin to develop and nurture that. Now, if you're walking away from an encounter with people, with situations, or whatever, and your boundaries are consistently being disrespected, I think that's a time for you to take a step back and ask yourself, how important is this influence to my life? Is this an influence I want to continue to keep around? Or is this something that we can do without? KD says Louise Hay wrote a book about blockages and how the different symptoms affect certain areas of the body. I read it years ago, but it tells you about, yes, absolutely. There are so many wonderful resources out there about that. I wish I knew the name of this particular book. Another one, let me see if I can find it in my books. Another one is called The Language of Your Body, Soul Speak, by Julia Cannon. Now that one I have. I'm going to type it in here. All right. So hopefully you guys can get that if you want, or the book that KD is speaking about. So one of the journal prompts I want you guys to talk about and think about is, do I feel respected in this relationship? Do I feel safe expressing my needs? And if the answer is consistently no, this could be a sign to let go. How are your boundaries? Do you reinforce them when they get when they're crossed? Do you minimalize? Do you ignore? Do you dismiss? Because I'm going to tell you, I have a PhD in doing that. That used to be my life story, minimalizing. And I'm going to tell you, you get so good at creating peace that you create a war within yourself. Because you're walking around and wondering, why are my needs not getting met? Why doesn't anybody care? Like, I'm a whole person over here. I'm always there for other people. I'm showing up for other people. But nobody seems to care about what I need, or what makes me tick, or what brings me joy. They just want to make sure that I'm there when they need me. And as you guys know, we are the best example of how we want other people to treat us. We got to do it for ourselves first. And something I've learned more intensely over the last couple years is I can show up better as a giver. I can show up better as an empath and highly sensitive person when I first make sure that my needs are being met. I don't have to be rude about the way that I set, enforce, or reinforce boundaries. But I want people to know that, I might need to think twice before I do this. Because I don't think Shanita is going to have that. That's a new space for me to be in. Years ago, it was, they didn't mean it. They're having a bad day. Or, it's okay, I'm strong enough to handle it. And all that may be true. But what I want us to walk away from today is it necessary for you to continue to live that way? And only you can decide that if that's true or not. Now, reason, the third reason we're going to talk about, when you are in these dynamics, are you doing it out of joy? Are you doing it out of guilt? Or are you staying out of love? Are you staying out of fear? Is that the reason why you continue to put yourself in an emotionally unsafe situation? Fear, something's better than nothing. Guilt, well, if I leave this person or if I leave this job, what's going to happen to them? I am the stable person in this environment. If I leave, everything goes to hell. Are those your biggest reasons for staying? If that's the truth, then I think it's time for you to take a step back, to go inside yourself, and to figure out, is this really beneficial for me? I know that letting go or walking away can feel terrifying. But if on one hand you're praying and you're asking and you're seeking and searching for a better way, for something more substantive, then you have to reconcile the two feelings that you're having. You can't stay out of guilt and then on the other end say, I'm looking for something better. Katie says, what is your forgive me agenda, your reasoning? Is that okay? Be a bit more specific. Is that for me to answer, Katie? So for the sake of the conversation, just in case. So we're talking about the three top ways. The three clear signs it's time to go and to start protecting your peace and protecting your energy. So the topic of the show is my biggest regret. And my biggest regret was I betrayed myself. I didn't listen to myself. I discounted who I am and who I was for the sake of convenience, for the sake of comfort. And I paid dearly for that. But on the flip side, it's given me a lot of insight into how I used to operate. And then I realized that with a few well-chosen, honest boundaries and being willing to enforce them, then it gave me a way out and it gave me a gentle way forward. It helped me to approach relationships in a totally different way. So my new relationships that I formed, I realized that I got to show up as me. And I need to give them the honest opportunity to say, I can handle her or I can't. See, before I was leading with fear because I wanted people to like me so much because I'm such a good person and I want people to know that. But it got to a point where I had to say, Shanita, I want you to be an honest person. Be who you are. Cultivate that beautiful spirit. But allow people to know honestly who you are. And there was such a freedom in that. And I love this season of my life. And I love teaching this to other people, especially to my beautiful, big heart empaths and highly sensitive people, because we have that deep connection with other people, because we're good at observing and wanting to be there for other people. I'm wanting to help us all find a way to do it from a bigger, grander space. And that just simply means you get to acknowledge yourself first, cultivate that which what you need, and then that creates so much room and so much space for us to go out there and do what we do at a fuller capacity. Let's see, Katie says, I don't like the word agenda, but my fibromyalgia brain could not bring me to the appropriate one. Oh my goodness, Katie, I love you. You're so awesome. No, I respect that. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you really do have to ask yourself that. You know, what is my reasoning? What is my agenda for? What are my goals? What am I trying to do here? And to honestly follow that internal guidance. Because I think that there are a lot of times when we know what we need to do. We know what we have to do. But for whatever reason, it's scary to follow through with it. It doesn't feel good to follow through with it, right? Because sometimes the uncertainty can keep us stuck. Like this, it may be dysfunctional where you are, but it's familiar. And you know how to play with these devils. But when you start to move past that comfort zone, move past the fear, you realize that what was the most fearful was mostly created up here, as opposed to you seeing it out in real life. So the journal prompt that I have for this third point is, ask yourself, am I staying here because I want to or because I feel I have to? And if you're only staying because of guilt or fear, well, I think it's time that you step forward and use that courage and bravery that lives inside of you and say, it may be time to let this go. Now, sometimes you can talk with people and you can say, I really felt sad or whatever when you did this, right? And sometimes those individuals say, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I had no clue. Thank you for telling me. And I'm going to do better because, you know, you're a friend I don't want to lose. We hope that's the outcome. That's what we want, right? And then after the discussion, you realize this person put action behind what they said. They really are trying to approach our relationship from a more respectful place. That's ultimate. That's wonderful. But there are times when that doesn't happen. And this is where the reinforcement of the boundary comes in. So when they cross that boundary again, how do you reinforce what you said to begin with? Because you set a boundary, you enforce a boundary, and then there are times when you have to reinforce that boundary. Now, for all my beautiful empaths and highly sensitive people, I want you to go to the IamFutureFocus.com. I want you to sign up for my monthly newsletter. I give out free tools and resources to help us get through this beautiful thing called life, but do it in such a way where it feels like it's empowering me, not, oh my God, I must do this. So this month, coming up December, let's see, in December, I have a free intentions for 2025 workbook that I'm sharing with all of my subscribers. And good to see you, Fatima. I need all the love, the good energy, the prayers, and all that. Thank you, and sending that for you and your family. Love you, friend. So in December, I'm going to be giving away a free workbook for your intentions to start thinking about that in December. What your intentions for 2025 will be like. And these are things I give free to my subscribers. So make sure you go to IamFutureFocus.com, sign up for my monthly newsletter, and you are welcome to have that for free as a gift from me to you. Because in this coming up year, I am all about living my best life, right? I am all about helping people live their best life. And us empaths and highly sensitive people, we got to stick together. We got to be like that iron sharpening iron, because it's a real whole world out here that's going to live and keep on going. But we got to make sure we do everything we can to protect ourselves, to cultivate an environment where we actually grow and have fun. Who wants to overcome stuff all the time? I want to be out here living and loving and learning and enjoying. And if I have to put some cute boundaries around me to make that happen, I'm here for it. So let me go back over, guys. The 3 top things. Let me see, let me get my notes together. Oh, yeah. It's the 3 signs. Let's see, where is it? I'm hopping all over the place and I can't find my notes. But anyway, I hope this live helped. Sorry I'm all over the place. My notes got messed up because I had those journal prompts and I didn't want you guys to miss out on them. But oh well. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys. KD, Fatima, and let's see. That's right, Zora's daughter. I really appreciate you guys being here and keeping the conversation going and it being fun. I want you to tell me, what are some things that you'd like us to talk about to get a coaching perspective on? How can I best serve you and, and help you guys out and help us all out, because we're winning and we're going to do what we need to do to win. Let me know in the comments. Send me an email. Let me know. Sign up for the newsletter. Let's stay connected. All right. Big hugs to everybody. Love y'all. And, oh yeah, my biggest regret, don't do what I did. Honor yourself. Listen to your internal guidance. Honor that guidance. It is God talking to you. Woohoo! And we all need that right now, right? All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.